Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton.
Well, good afternoon, now early evening to you on this Thursday. A risk of severe weather is about to move into Southwest Louisiana. I think it arrives within the next hour to hour and a half at the latest, at least beginning to arrive. And this isn't just a short window of time that this will move through, because this whole line is moving slowly eastward. The individual storms are getting closer to us, but again, it will take more than 30 to 45 minutes for those storms to fully move through any one area. So all of us are under a low risk of severe weather. And please don't read too much into that thinking that means there's no risk. That's not the case. The risk is greater in southeast Texas, and that's the only good news that I have here. Maybe these storms will weaken as they approach the Sabine River. That's a question mark, though. You can see the tornado risk is higher over southeast Texas, where that kind of dashed lines are indicated there, that hatching there on the screen. That indicates the greater risk of tornadoes. But remember, storms don't follow precise lines. They don't know that the map has that delineated west of the Sabine River. So we'll have to watch these very closely. Speaking of, here's the radar locally. I'm not seeing much over Beauregard, Vernon, Calcasieu, Jeff Davis, or Cameron parishes yet, but rain is getting closer. Farther north, you can see rain across portions of Vernon Parish fairly widespread. I'll admit there is a flash flood warning here, but it's a very narrow corridor in the very western portions of Vernon Parish. Do want to get here to where there was a tornado warning earlier in Hardin and Tyler County. It looks like the Weather Service has canceled that, but still, this thunderstorm here is moving off toward the northeast, and I think approaches western Beauregard, maybe western Vernon Parish within the hour. So I do want to give those of you there in western Beauregard, western Vernon Parish a first alert that I'm watching this thunderstorm very closely. It's had a history, at least on radar, of potentially producing a tornado. We'll see if it will weaken as it approaches the western portions of Vernon and Beauregard Parish. Farther south along this line, another tornado warning here along Highway 90. That's out in Liberty County. You can see some stronger storms east of Baytown as well. All of this has to track through Southwest Louisiana. Here's Futurecast, which has those storms placed almost perfectly for where they are now. And I'll put this into motion. Notice by 6 p.m., those are getting into western Beauregard, western Vernon. That matches up closely with what the radar is telling me as well. By 8 p.m., those storms kind of moving now across portions of Calcasieu, the rest of Beauregard, into Allen Parish. Even Cameron Parish may begin to see some of those storms as well. By 9 to 10 o'clock tonight, those storms are gradually pushing eastward. The threat's probably over for Vernon and Beauregard by that point, in western Calcasieu too. By midnight, those storms may still be draped from Cameron to Jennings and then gradually pushing east. Once the storms move through, the risk of severe weather is done. But I can't stress enough, that window of time is between 6 p.m. or let's just say now to around midnight tonight. I do have some good news. Tomorrow looks much better than it was previously looking. I've taken the rain chances down to 20% for our Friday. Now, a cold front is still on track to move through on Saturday, and yes, that still means some rain. There could be a few stronger storms in the mix during that time period as well. Once that front moves through, that will take the rain out of our forecast through at least the middle of next week. But once again, for this evening, a chance of thunderstorms is in the forecast through at least midnight. I will be here through the evening tracking that, and if any warnings are issued, I'll be on television with that immediately.
We will keep you updated. Yep. Still to come on Live at 5, do you prefer going to bed with the